Hey everybody, I tried respray painting these bad boys and they're still kind of glossy, as you can plainly see, and I'm just deciding to just go with it. Like I said, these are 15 millimeters. They're usually done in big blocks. These are my personal figures. I would not sell these, so, you know, I would never, ever, ever, ever dream of doing this if it were a commission, but, you know, I think it's important that instead of using this as an excuse, say, oh, maybe I shouldn't paint, no, don't use it as an excuse. Also, you will notice I am not using, you know, GW approved paints. I've got 3 different paints I'm using here. An Americana Primary Red is my base coat. My secondary coat is a Apple Barrel Bright Red. And my highlight color is a True Red Americana. If you see them from the bottom, you can kind of see the gradients of color. And reds, like I said, for whatever reason, reds are very, very hard to see color gradients in. And when you're working with a figure that small, it's even harder. And the reason I'm going with these is because so many of you guys intimidate the living you-know-what out of me. I'm gonna downgrade myself and make myself do some 15 millimeters, make myself do some 5 millimeters, and see if I can get a little bit of my edge back, because like I said, you guys are just too talented. So I gotta do a little bit of overcompensating to just come up to snuff, especially after seeing Nataku's. Oh my god. When you can look at a fig for an hour and not realize that they trim-lined it, oh god. One thing that I did before I actually did this, sometimes they tell you to practice dry firing a gun to get a feel for the weight and swing of the weapon and whatnot. To get the feel of a figure, sometimes I will actually, with a brush that has no paint on it, I'll just brush the figure so I get a feel for how it's going to catch over the figure. It kind of gives you a feel for the figure before you actually paint it. So, that's a little trick of mine. You know, take it for what it's worth. Remember that, you're trying, depending on the amount of coverage you're trying to get, you want to go, like, for instance, I'm running off of a black is my base coat. I'm going to want to run about 75% with the first coverage layer. Then I'm going to want to run with, and you're going to also notice, and this is just for comfort, this is one of those Chinese, you know, get a bag full of them for like $4 or, you know, tube. So that's what I'm working with because I'm comfortable with it. Like I said, I paint everything with these things. So this is not like it's going to be what shall we? Sable, I think, is like the top of the line brushes out there. So that is gonna be my first. I wish I could get a decent lighting system here. Let's see if I can get this here. That is my first layer. And I have no idea whatsoever on how to put, what's the word I'm looking for? Photographs up. So, I'm going to shoot right over to my next color. Remember, you always want to, when you're going up in color, you've got to get your darker color out. If you're going down, it's not that big of a deal because the darker color is going to cover up the lighter color that was there. You know, as long as they're not like completely different, what's the word I'm looking for? like different shades. Like if you go from a brown to a red or something, it might not end up, you know, you might want to clean your brush first. So now I'm shooting up here and I'm looking for a red cover, a 50% coverage. Okay. So you gotta adjust your stroke to not be quite so adamant about it. I wish you guys could see this. Well, it's about 50% coverage. And now I'm going to go to my highlight layer. And if I don't like my highlight layer, that's okay. I'm going to start shifting into the oranges then. Okay? I'm doing the old trick of paint up one fig and see if you like it, kind of thing. And you always should do this. And I've made this mistake, believe me, I have made this mistake before. I know this is going to look good. And then proceed to just work an entire army up one layer at a time, and then find out that it's not working out the way you want to. Don't do that. I think Steve Kamlupian said it the best. Learn from other people's mistakes. And trust me, we make a lot of them. So learn. Now, here what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to hit the high points, such as bent knees, biceps, shoulders, tops of heads, the upper angle of the tail, you know, the calves, you know, where the sunlight tends to shine down on it. Okay. I wish I could get a... It's very rough, but it's doing what I want it to do. I'm getting gradients of color. The black is showing through where I want it to show through. You know, like the eye recesses, the mouth recesses, the abs, armpits. You know, areas that would naturally be shaded from light coming down from the top. Remember, with dry brushing, especially when you're working with unicolor figures, a lot of us get lazy. We do side to side because it's really easy to do. Don't forget, sunlight comes from above. So no matter how good of a side to side dry brushing job you do, it's not gonna help you if you're not supporting what it's supposed to be naturally doing. And that is amplifying the light on the body where it would normally be hitting and not hitting the areas of the body that it wouldn't. Now this does go in reverse sometimes. If you're doing like a night shot and there's going to be fire underneath, then you flip it, okay? And then you would actually do the lighter highlights coming from the bottom up. And that's where it would hit like things like the chin, the armpits, the groin area, because these are where the light's going to be hitting when the light's shining upwards across your body. This is typically used like if they're standing behind like a brimstone brazier or something along those lines. So I kind of like what I see. I'm not terribly unhappy with it. I might come back, like I said, and hit it with one more highlight layer. Especially because I'm not doing a lot of extra work with it. A fourth layer dry brush is not that big of a deal. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. Should probably go for a darker orange. Orange slash. Yeah. Slash red. Or a duller orange. What else do we got? Okay. I think I think I'm going to run with this Desert Sun Orange. And I'm going to see what kind of effect that has. And I'm going to be running out of time, but you guys will get a... Oh, I shouldn't run off my fire orange though. So, here's a quick... Yeah, I'm gonna lose you guys. All right, I'll show you some more stuff later. All right, take care, everybody.